So if you didn't already know, this weekend is Valentine's Day, so my friend Kait and I from Hippies and Lippies, we decided to do a collaboration. She's doing sweet, I'm doing sultry. This is what I came up with, and I gave you two different looks. One's glossy and one's a liquid lip. So I hope you really enjoy this look and have a great time no matter what you're doing this weekend, even if it means having a gal's day or a date with your man, whatever. Also, how cute is that Starbucks cup that I got for Valentine's Day this weekend? It's still out there, go get it. Anyways, ooh, so romantic. Also, like I said, liquid lipstick. If you want to smooch, that's what it's for. All right, let's get started. I'm starting off with this Hourglass Mineral Veil. I really love this primer. It gives a little bit of a white cast, but it sinks into your skin and makes it really super smooth. Next, you want to prime your eyes before you take your Toofaced Semisweet Chocolate palette. It's the second one in the lineup, and I'm taking that matte cream color and just dusting it all over my lids. You can use a powder if you want to, just something to even out the surface. Then I am taking Nougat, which is a cool toned kind of pinky brown color, and dusting that into my crease. I am not worried too much about this. I just wanted to add a little depth to the eye, and I always start by putting a transition shade in as well as everybody else. We're going to be doing a warm sultry halo eye, so I'm starting by building up this kind of shimmery sparkly brown color on the outer V of my eye. I'm just doing short strokes to pat the color on so it's really deep, and I'm taking it just above my crease. And then you're going to be doing the same exact thing in the inner corner. Remember, you want to leave the majority of the center of the lid open because we're going to be filling that with some color, and then we'll be kind of going back and, you know, deepening up that brown and everything like that later. So just really kind of pack it on. We're going to come in and blend in 1 second here. So instead of blending it out with an empty brush, I'm picking up a little bit more of that nougat color and using that to blend out the edges on the inner and outer corner. I like using another shadow usually to blend out the edges of the lines. I just feel like it makes it disperse the color a little bit better. So I'm just picking up a little bit more of that shimmery dark brown color, just a tiny bit, and taking a really small, precise blender brush and just connecting the two colors in the middle. I don't want this to be heavy at all. I just want it to be a light layer to connect the two. So I had to go to my Urban Decay Vice 4 palette to get a little bit of a deeper pink, and I'm applying this on the center of the lid in the blank space with a dry brush. I am just packing this color on, but I wanted a little bit more vibrancy. So I actually, after this, went and wet my brush and dipped it back into that pink and just applied another layer right over. I'm going to bring this up to the crease as well, and then we're going to come in and blend it out with a little bit more of that brown. Again, you just want to pick up a little bit of color to kind of blend those two lines so it's nice and seamless. The best way for me to blend this, honestly, is to just kind of whittle my brush back and forth until that line becomes nice and faded, and it looks like the colors just fade right into each other. Now I'm going back to that Too Faced palette. I'm wetting my finger and I'm dipping it into that shimmery pink color. It's very sheer, but it just packs on a nice iridescence onto the eye. And I'm just going to come back in and do another blend. This brush just has whatever's left on it. Now with the shimmery champagne color in that palette, I am just lightly dusting it onto my brow bone. I'm not highlighting too much, just a little bit to bring my brow bone forward. Now with the Sephora Luminzing Drops in Morning Light, I am pressing this onto my skin in my highlighting areas. You can do it wherever you want, but I wanted to give a glow underneath my foundation this time. So now I'm taking my Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick. I think this is probably my favorite foundation of all time. I'm going to have to do a full review and demo on it at another time, but I am just blending this all in with my beauty blender. It's crazy how you can just see your skin transforming in a different way than any other foundation with this. It just like immediately smooths out your skin and makes it look amazing. Plus, with those Sephora drops, you have a nice luminous finish underneath your foundation that makes it look nice and smooth. Now I'm going to do some color correcting with this Bright Future Sephora Serum concealer stuff. It's just a peach tone, and I'm laying that down on the kind of hollows of my eye and then highlighting with this MAC Light Boost stick thing. I am just dusting this wherever I want to brighten up my face, which as you can see is my cheeks, forehead, nose, cupid's bow, and just around my mouth. Now this might seem kind of heavy because I'm going to also add a concealer, but really all of these products are very thin and skin-like, so it's a really good combination. Just be careful if you're using something a little bit thicker. So as I said, I'm coming in with a way thin concealer. This is the Naked Skin concealer. I'm just using this to conceal any spots. I'm not overdoing it, just applying it right in my dark circles to blend everything in with a mini beauty blender. These things are so stinking cute. So I'm just taking that mini beauty blender sponge and dipping it in my Ultra HD pressed powder and just pressing it under my eyes to set my makeup. This is a really light powder, so I love the way that it makes my under eyes looks and it doesn't make it cakey. Next up is some very light sculpting with this Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion Bronzer. I love this bronzer. I think it's actually becoming one of my favorites as well because it really is very skin-like and you can build it up to your liking. So I am just doing some blending, but really just sculpting out my cheekbones and kind of making my forehead look a little bit smaller here, nothing crazy. Obviously, since this is a Valentine's Day tutorial, I must use these Sweetheart heart blushes or whatever from Toofaced. I haven't used them in a while, but I really love them. I'm using the lighter tone because I didn't want to go too bold on my cheeks, and I am just lightly dusting this right on the apples and blending upwards. My favorite part, highlight. I am just using this Jouer Cosmetics Champagne Cream Highlighter. It is so gorgeous, and just pressing it into the skin with my finger. I just basically did a C around my eye, so I started above my brow and blended it down towards my cheekbones. This is just so gorgeous, and because it's a cream, it's nice and skin-like. Obviously, that's what I'm going for. I'm also highlighting my nose and my Cupid's bow, and then I am taking the Jouer Luminizing powder, which goes really well with the highlighter, and I'm just setting that cream. The cream isn't as long wearing as I'd like, but it is gorgeous, so if you set it, it stays a lot longer, and it's not cakey at all. These two just really go very well together. So now I'm just showing you a quick contour of my nose. I will do a video on contouring. I have one planned that I'm going to film at Ipsy Open Studios when I have studio time there next month. But just very quickly, I am just shading my nose and then taking that bronzer just to shade my eyes as well. I just like adding a little bit into my crease. I just feel like it warms it up a little bit. Now I am lining my eyes with this Stila liquid eyeliner pen. I'm really just doing a thin line on top and then thickening it as I go out and adding a tiny little wing. I didn't want to do anything too dramatic, but I did want to extend my eyes just a little bit. Onto the brows, I'm using this NYX Micro Pencil in Brunette, I believe, and I am just quickly doing my eyebrows. I'm doing the same thing as I did in my last video, just really filling them in very quickly. I'm getting them shaped this weekend, so I didn't want to go crazy and force a shape that isn't there. So just adding some definition and then setting them with a clear brow gel by Urban Decay. So to finish off the eyes, I'm grabbing that sparkly brown color and I am running it across my lash line. I'm taking it 3/4 of the way in and really smoking it, and then I'm taking the pink from the Urban Decay palette and taking it about halfway in, so I'm just taking it until it meets the brown and blending the two together, then going back and just intensifying the brown a little bit more. So next up, with a wet brush, I'm picking up that pink color that we put in the center and using it as my inner corner highlight. I just like that it's pink and adds something different. After curling my eyelashes, I'm adding a lash primer by Tarte. This is called Opening Act. I really like it, and I think it's definitely worth a try. It's something very different, but adds nice volume to your lashes. And then taking the Lights Camera lashes, also from Tarte, and adding a layer of mascara on both my top and bottom lashes. If you aren't using fake lashes, I would add 2 to 3 layers of mascara just to kind of sexify your lashes. Unfortunately, this Toofaced lipstick I'm using is discontinued, as is the lip gloss, so I'm not going to tell you what it is, but just use anything bright and pink and glossy. It works. This is the first option. This is if you don't plan on giving anyone no kisses or you don't really care if you get it on them. But for all you girls who think you're going to be given some smooches on Valentine's Day, I would go with a liquid lip option so it doesn't transfer. I am layering to a bright pink. It's called First Base by ColourPop, and I'm going to come in with Shimmy, which is a more nude pink. And I'm just layering that over the hot pink in the center of my lips, and that is the finished look. Regardless of what you're doing on Valentine's Day, I think both of these lip options are rockable, and I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know if you want to see any other videos, and make sure to subscribe and check out my social below. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!